Hey guys, are you looking for another side hustle or want to become a mortgage loan originator? Well, this is like the best side hustle to get into, especially if you're young like me. I've only been doing this for less than a year and this has completely changed my life. And I want to tell you guys how you too can become one. It's really easy, it's not as hard as people make it seem, and it just takes a lot of grit and hard work. And I'm going to give you the 5 steps on how to become one. Alright, so stay tuned. Okay, so very quickly, if you don't know anything about a mortgage loan originator, they're the ones who basically prep the loan for the buyer to get the house. So what we do is we take all your information, we compile it, it helps us structure your loan and see what you qualify for. We can also help you refinance your house, get a better term or rate. There's a lot of different things we can do for you as a home buyer. And what we do is we just take all your information in, we put it into our system, and then see what's the best path or option for our borrower. It's really quite simple what we do, but it does take a lot of qualifications and work to get one. In order to become one, you have to be certified. So in order to be certified, you have to go through some extensive training and pass this test. So I'm going to explain all the things you have to do in order to be licensed. So the first thing you want to do is register for the NMLS. So basically, it's a nationwide mortgage licensing system. And what you want to do is you can literally type in NMLS. I'll tell you right here what it is. Click on that, and I'm going to put a link of where you can specifically go. But if you just type in this, go to Getting Started, go to Step 3, you're going to go to MLS. And this is going to take you to where you can register. You're going to request an account, click on individual, enter the code, hit next, it'll ask you for your basic information, and then after you do a couple more things, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, you'll be registered. And you can honestly skip this part because eventually once you do the next few steps, you're going to do this, but if you want to get it out of the way, you can start right now. So the second thing you want to do is do pre-licensing training. So there are a few places you can go, and I popped up like 3 on here. And basically what you want to do is you get pre-license training, and it's 20 hours of training. So this is the place I got mine from. I personally did not like this place at all because I had to teach myself everything. It was a bunch of reading and felt like I didn't get nearly enough education for what I paid for. If you want to do this, you can. I'm not going to recommend it. There are better places in my opinion. And the next one is called the Mortgage Educator and Compliance. So MEC, you can type that in. And honestly, this is a lot better because there's videos to follow along with. There's also like questions to kind of see if you're learning or test your ability to remember what you just learned. And honestly, I found this one to be pretty cool, and I never did it for my pre-licensing training, but I did do a few classes with this place and I liked it, and I liked what I found. So what you'd want to go is you want to select the state you are in. So there's only a couple states where there might be some confusion of what you might need to do. So California is one of them. There's called the DFPI or the DRE. And this is basically if you're a realtor getting your mortgage loan origination license in addition to it, you'd want to do the DRE, or if you're just going to be a full-time loan originator, and then you get the DFPI. And I think California is the only one this really affects. My state doesn't really affect this, so I didn't really worry about it. But if you are in that state, that's the biggest difference between a DRE and a DFPI. One is your realtor license, and the other is just fully mortgage loan originator. Now, after you complete your 20 hours, you're going to have to take an exam. So this is the third thing you have to do. Now, this is one of the hardest exams to pass. And the reason why is you have to get a 75% or higher on the exam. Otherwise, you fail. And if you fail more than 3 times, you have to wait like X amount of months in order to get your license. It's not fun, and I really would urge you to study hard. So the biggest thing that I did is I bought a study prep training thing. So if you go to Affinity, this is one of the best places, in my opinion, that helped me pass the test. So Affinity, if you go to exam prep, I think they also have pre-licensing training. Yeah, you could go here too. I haven't tried it, so I don't know how good it is, but I know the website and the exam prep was really good, so I would be willing to give it a try. You just got to make sure wherever you get your licensing, it is certified, and that they will send it back to the NMLS. So after you get your pre-licensing training, you're not going to know enough information to pass your exam. There is so much information that you can't learn in just 20 hours. In fact, you have to learn it outside of the class, and that's what the exam prep is for. And I wish I would have taken it from the beginning, because I failed the exam twice, and this is like my last hope, because otherwise if you fail it 3 times, you have to wait 6 months. And that's why I just really made sure I knew the content right the last time, because I didn't want to wait, almost a half a year before I could take the test again. Because every time you fail, you have to wait 30 days in between, and the last one is like 6 months. So you really want to make sure you can just pass on the first try. And you also save more money if you do it that way. And so I would recommend buying an exam prep. And there's also like other testing websites out there. I'll include one in the links in the bottom below, and you can click on that link to follow. But really, there's so much material out there, and just take advantage of everything. I'm going to include everything that worked for me and that I think will get you a high success rate to pass. So yeah, so this is the third thing you want to do. So once you've taken all this exam prep, you're ready, you're feeling ready for the exam, you're going to want to take the exam. So one thing I do want you to realize, this exam should be treated like it's your full-time job. Like when you're studying for this, you should spend like 40 hours a week prepping for this exam, because trust me, you don't want to get to like 74% and wish you studied a few more hours so you could pass it, because then you have to wait 30 more days, study for another 30 days, and then pass again. No, you just want to get it in the first time if you can. So once you feel ready, you can go back to the MLS website, and then once you're registered, you can actually schedule and pay for a test. So I believe you have to pay for the test first. It's the $110, and honestly, in the pre-licensing and the exam prep videos, whatever you get, will usually kind of guide you during these next few steps, so that way you're ready to get the exam, and then you won't click on the wrong thing or you pay for the wrong test. They should all be the uniform, standardized tests, because as you'll learn later when you take this course, that the MLO national test basically allows you to be licensed in like 49 states. So if you pass this one exam, you can apply to be licensed in all these other states. So that's why you should only pay for this one exam, and it's the $110 fee. And if it's anything else, then that's probably the wrong exam. At least that's the one I clicked on. It was $110, and it was that last year. So you should be good. Anyways, after you pass the exam and you register for that, there's a couple more things you have to do. You're gonna have to do a background check, and usually it'll tell you what you need to do. You'll have to go back to the NMLS website, get a background check, complete some more paperwork. You're gonna have to go places to get fingerprinted, and you're gonna pay all these fees to make sure that you're licensed. Once you're finally licensed, you pass the test, you did the background check. During this time, you're going to want to be looking for an agency to hire you, someone to work with, because you could be licensed, but if you have no one to work with, you are not an active mortgage loan originator, and you can't do loans. So you're going to want to go online, maybe even call some people, talk to a few people that you know to try to get licensed with someone, and then once you're licensed and partnered with an agency, then you can become an active mortgage loan originator. and then you can start doing loans. And then from there, it's pretty self-explanatory. They'll basically kind of equip you with the resources that you need to learn how to do all these different types of loans. But a lot of it is just prepping you for the industry. There's so much more you have to learn once you actually get hired on. Okay, so I hope that helped. There's a lot of information that I just threw at you guys, but it's pretty easy. There's only 5 steps that you have to do, but they do take a lot of time. And once you complete them all, you find an agency to work with. There's so much more you have to do once you're actually in the industry. If you guys want me to make a video of what my life is like as a mortgage loan originator, let me know. I'd be more than happy to make another video. But yeah, hopefully this helps. If you have any other questions or just need assistance in something, just feel free to reach out. Thanks guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya.